sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's got the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we hear, Ruby, and Sammy, and she's yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have. The OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. Ooh, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. OJ is speaking for us. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's got the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we hear, Ruby, and Sammy, and she's yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have. The OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. Ooh, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. OJ is speaking for us. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's got the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we hear, Ruby, and Sammy, and she's yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have. The OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. Ooh, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. OJ is speaking for us. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's got the voice of an angel, yeah. burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we are rooted and Sammy and she's transforming one life at a time. The best voice that you have, the OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ visionary, extraordinary. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out of the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we are rooted and Sammy and she's transforming one life at a time. The best voice that you have, the OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ visionary, extraordinary. Dr. OJ visionary, extraordinary. OJ keep speaking for us. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out of the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With the team bringing life to the dream. That's all we are rooted and Sammy and she's transforming one life at a time.
My name is Dr. Oyikosola Jinaru. I'm a beauty professional, med spa operator, franchise owner, and director of education at HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. As a mother of 3 boys and immigrant business owner, it is important for me to have a steady and sustainable source of income that transcends economic, government, or public health uncertainties and instability like the global pandemic we are still recovering from. That is why HD Pro Global has created multiple systems that allows my team and I to train, educate, certify, and establish independent med spa operators like us all over the globe. For more information, check out our website to attend a free webinar to get started on your path to continuous success, no matter what is going on in your part of the world. I cannot wait to meet you. Thank you. Yes. Welcome, welcome. We cannot wait to meet you. And yes, thank you for joining me tonight. It's another Wednesday Night Live with Dr. OJ, the MedSpa professor. I really appreciate everyone watching from every single platform. I appreciate, love you guys on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Of course, you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I could not keep doing this without you. I was out last week, but for very good reason. Anytime I'm not able to come on air, it's because, oh my God, it was so unavoidable, because this is my passion. This is what I love to do. This is what I was created to do, actually, born to use my mouth, my voice, my ability to communicate, to bless the world around me. So welcome back to the Wednesday Night Live with Dr. OJ. Tonight, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. I don't have a guest tonight, so it's just going to be me, myself, and I. No, actually, it's not me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I, and all my village people. You guys are just amazing. You guys are here with me because it's our omnipresent night. It's the night when we show up on every social media platform all at the same time. Hey, Lorette, come on in, my sister. Appreciate you guys for coming in on me. So, guys, listen, tonight I'm talking about a topic, knowing when to speak. Knowing when to speak. That is the topic that we're going to be talking about tonight. My Instagram is having a little bit of a glitch, but let's give them time to reconnect. Knowing when to speak. That's the topic for tonight. Why did I pick that topic? Why did I want to talk about it? Why did I want to talk about the ability for you to speak and actually knowing when to speak? Is it just because we're all on social media? Everybody has the ability to put a phone to their face and just talk. Do you always have to be saying something? Is it always appropriate for you to always have to be saying something? Like, some people assume, I don't know, because you are a public speaker, or because you are in the public eye, or because you do this for a living, or you do this for a craft or a trade, then you always have to say something. It's very, very important for you as an individual, as a leader, as a business owner, as a person of vision, as someone who is living a purposeful life, to understand and know exactly when it is to speak and when not to speak. For me, I do a lot of speaking. I do a lot of talking. Yeah, I do a lot of that. But I also know when to pull back. And there's so many ways that we speak. When I talk about speaking, I got a little bit of a revelation. And a lot of this is going to come to me as we go along, right? Knowing when to speak. Actually, for me, I said, why am I even picking this topic? Why am I talking about speaking when that's all I ever do? I just talk. But I don't just talk out of turn, right? I don't waste my words. A lot of people know I don't waste my words. It's always very intentional. How do we speak? Let's kind of break down that part first of all. How do we speak? Or what do we speak about? You know that not just opening your mouth actually is not just when you open your mouth do you actually all speak. There's so many things that you do that actually speak for you. Your actions speak for you. The work that you do speaks for you. The quality of your work. When people see you do certain things, it speaks for you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to take a quick break to get back on Instagram because my Instagram suddenly got shut down because of internet connection. I don't know. But anyway, let's keep going, guys. So knowing when to speak is very important. So like I was saying, everything that we do speaks for us. Our work speaks for us. The way we look speaks for us. I put out a video on Instagram today. It's a very funny video. If you want to see, go to my Instagram page, Dr. OJ Speaks, and go watch it. And make sure you watch it till the end, because the end is really what matters. That's the part that's going to crack you up. I was at a party, and a lot of people might not understand why I did that, but it was just very funny. I was just making fun of myself. And I literally was holding my phone and was sitting down. When you're sitting down at a party and you're holding your phone and you're looking at your phone. And all of a sudden, I turned on my camera. And as I turned on my camera, it was on my thigh and it was like this and it was looking up. And next thing, the angle that I got was like just like my belly and then my chest up. So I was literally looking at my face. And the next thing I looked, I was like, what? I did not realize this is what people see when they see me. And I was like, my girl, you are endowed. Do you know, like, you know yourself, you see yourself every day, but there's certain ways that when you see yourself, sometimes you're like, whoa, I didn't know that all of that was going on in there. And it really shocked me. So I took some selfies and I posted it on social media just to make people laugh a little bit, give them something to smile about, and maybe just something to talk about. I don't know, who cares? But you know, in that situation, it felt like, why did I feel it necessary to share that? Because I wanted to make my audience laugh. I wanted to put a smile on their face. I wanted them to see me in a light where they see that I don't take myself too seriously all the time. You know, I'm able to present a different side of me all the time. I'm very diverse. I want you to be able to relate to me. I'm just like every other person. So I did that. So for me, speaking in that vein or speaking in that post was more about me just making you laugh. So now, how do we kind of craft ourselves in the marketplace, on social media, knowing when to speak, what to say, and when not to say? Let me share a story with you. And I guess it's good for me to share because now the cat's out of the bag. I started working on a brand new location for my business about 4 or 5 months ago. Actually, since the beginning of the year. I set 2 big goals this year. I was going to acquire a property for my family, and I was going to acquire a new home for my business. So those were the 2 big goals. And those goals, honestly, are huge. At least for me, within the capacity that I'm operating in right now. Those are 2 major big goals. The first one was done to the glory of God by the first quarter of the year. And I was like, oh God, that was amazing. We did that. And then it was like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. The business is the next thing. We need to find a permanent home for the business. And then we started the journey. And then I started looking. I was looking. Now, this is a business that I started about 4 or 5 years ago. I started this business in one room. I rented a room in a salon suite somewhere downtown Dallas, and it was just a really not so great side of Dallas. But I was like, I'm ready to set out as an entrepreneur. Rather than wait for the perfect location, rather than wait for me to have the perfect amount of money, I need to get started right away. So I started in that one room. And then I launched out into like almost about 8 to 9 months later, I launched out into another location. That was a nice location. Oh my God, it was pretty. It was in a nice part of town. It was really upscale, but it wasn't pretty for business. It was horrible for business. It was a nice location. I put a lot of money into it. I put a lot of sweat equity into it. I renovated it to my taste, did the flooring, everything, the core nice, everything. But business was so bad in that location. And for the life of me, I just couldn't understand why. So now I'm looking at it like, did I speak too soon? And when I say speak, did I move my business too soon? So when I talk about knowing when to speak, I'm actually using it as let me see. I'm actually using it to define things that we do before time or past the time. Did I move too quickly? And then once things went the way they did, it was about year 2 at this point. It was a little bit over first year in business. And then I had to shut down that location. Oh my God, when I shut down that location, I cried. I was so devastated. I felt like a failure. I felt like I had let myself down. I felt like I had put all that I had into this dream and got nothing back. And it was like less than a month after that debacle, another opportunity came right up. And I knew, I was like, God was smiling on me. I was like, okay, God, whatever you have for me going forward, I'm just going to have to trust you. I'm going to have to trust your will, knowing when to speak, knowing when to manifest or when to move. So I moved into this new facility, which was not exclusively ours anymore. So it required a lot of shrinking. I had to put a lot of things in storage. And then I put a few things in that facility that allowed us to function as a business. And then we were there on and on. It was like year 2 of the business. And then year 3 crept around. And it was like, oh, wow, okay, this is good, but not great. But then I was like, okay, God, we're not going to stay in this position, because the vision that you've given me, or the vision that I have for this business and I have been trusting you for, is so much bigger than this space. And the business that is coming in here is not even enough. So how am I supposed to accomplish this goal without the help that I needed? And then I started to speak. And I started to speak into existence the fact that I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to build my business. I'm going to build this location. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Do you know that that conversation kept going on for 2 years straight? Nothing happened. I didn't have the capacity to do either thing. I didn't have the financial capability to do anything. But I kept on speaking it like it was already a reality. You know, when you're convicted about something that you know, that you're believing for, that is a good time to open your mouth and speak. When you are convinced that something that God has put in your spirit is supposed to be birthed forth, and you want to bring it to life, and you want to see it manifest. You know, the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. But the manifestation of that thing does not just end when you think it. You actually have to speak it, and speak it in the present tense, like it has already happened. And I kept saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Now, when it came time for me to purchase the house, it was like a joke. I was like, oh, we're going to buy a house. Okay, let's look. Oh, we couldn't find one. Oh, let's get a realtor. Oh, we have 2 realtors. Okay, you look. And then we have 3 realtors. Oh, you look. And then I had 4 realtors looking. And then it was almost time for the pandemic to hit. Well, yeah, I think so. And then it was like, okay, what am I going to do? Right in the middle of the pandemic, the first year of the pandemic had passed. So I was not like, okay, it's time to buy. It's not time to buy. It's time to buy. It's not time to buy. And then all of a sudden, things just kind of worked out. None of the realtors came through, by the way. Go figure. I had to find it by myself. Well, not by myself. I had a friend. I had help. So God never leaves me by myself. You know, at every critical point that God wants to do something phenomenal in my life, he always brings someone. Boom. And that person will manifest with me that which I need to do. Those are what they call destiny helpers. Those are the people that you kind of pray them into your life, and God brings them to you. So I had someone helping me, and then he helped me, and we did it, and we found it, and we got through the process. Months and months and months and months went by. And finally, in 2022, that was done. And I was like, oh, that was done. Excuse me. That was hard. That nearly took the life out of me. That nearly made me just give up on everything that I believed in. But guess what? I did it. I had accomplished the goal. I had spoken into existence something that by myself alone, I did not know I could get it done. It was huge. It was big, but it was done. Knowing when to speak is very important. And knowing when to speak, even when things are not going well. Let me tell you something. While my process of buying my home was going on, a lot of things went wrong. So many things, like literally nearly losing my deposit, nearly losing the property, nearly losing my contract, nearly losing everything after working almost 10 months or 11 months to build a house, to do so many things, and nearly losing it in like, boom, in a month. But I kept speaking. I said, guess what? I'm going to buy my house. I'm going to close on this house. And even at the very last minute, when it was like, okay, if we don't see you, if this doesn't happen, and I told the person, I said, you know what? To this point, I remember that text message very well. That was the last text message 2 days to my closing. I said, you know what? To this point, I've done everything that I know to do. But I just believe that if this is going to work out, no, I didn't even say if. I didn't say if. I didn't use that word. There was no doubt in my mind. I said, you know what? I appreciate everything you're saying. And I know that I've done everything that I need to do to this point. So guess what? I will see you at closing on the day of closing. But guys, listen, secret be told. Come close. You know, your girl didn't have all her stuff together, even at that point. There were so many uncertainties hanging in the balance in those 2 days. And then I fell on my face. I started to talk to God. I said, God, you have brought me this far. I started to thank him. I started to do, I was just like, you know what? At this point, there's absolutely nothing else I can do other than just to say thank you, because this is already done. And long story short, it happened. We closed. And sooner did we close on the house, someone would think that Dr. O, in her right mind, after all of the emotional stress, after all of the panel beating and the financial blows that I had sustained for those 11 months, that I would be like, oh my God, let me just take a chill pill. Let me enjoy this blessing. Let me rest here. Let me chill out here for a minute. Let me enjoy this new blessing. I'm not doing anything big anymore. Let me hold off on that. No, I did not hold off. I closed on this deal, which was over 6-7 figures. And I was like, what's the next thing? My business had to come through. And my friend was like, Dr. O, are you sure? You just finished this big undertaking. I said, honestly, if it's about being sure, I've never been sure about anything. But I've always believed in the fact that everything that I have ever said that I was going to do, I always figured out a way to do it. And it wasn't just me. It was God just helping me. Like I said earlier, guys, knowing when to speak is just speaking life, even when everything around you is just like nothing is going to happen. Like everyone around you is telling you, give up, go home. I remember my loan officer then said, Dr. O, you know what? You're not going to close on this house. Let's just start another contract. We're going to start over. I said, another year of my life doing this? No way. You're not going to tell me that. You might not believe, but guess what? You keep speaking your negativity. And guess what? I did not talk to that guy anymore until after my closing, because I realized I could not allow anybody come and speak anything contrary to what it was that I really needed to see happen. So I really needed to speak that life for myself, by myself. Knowing when to speak is understanding that when nobody else believes in you, when nobody else sees the possibility, you might look like a crazy person. And a lot of times you will look like a crazy person. Like, yes, Dr. O, you're in good company. So if you're in the company of crazy folks, you are in my company and we are friends and we can be friends forever. You're in good company. Knowing when to speak is when everybody is saying no, but in your spirit, you know that your yes is your yes. And then you want to really bring that to life. And then you speak with such affirmation and conviction that even all the devils and their demons and all the evil in hellfire will not have any power to stop you, because you know exactly what you are doing. You know when to speak. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Sorry, guys. Let's keep going. I really appreciate this. Thank you. So knowing when to speak is important, but I kept speaking it. And then we started with the business, which, by the way, guys, spoiler alert, the business officially opened last Saturday. That's why I couldn't come on live last week, because I was busy finishing up renovations. I had to do so much to move into the new facility. We took about another story for another day. So I took on this massive project, not having the financial backing that I needed, having my investor who had committed drop out on me. I tell you, and this is a project that was going to take another 7 figures to get it done. You guys know that me, I'm just like crazy. I'm a woo-woo person. But I believe that there is nothing too little or too big for me to ask. And I just want to get it all. How many of you out there just want to have it all? And it's not about greed. Let me tell you guys this. There's something I wanted to share with you guys on this topic tonight. Knowing when to speak does not mean you don't doubt yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't have self-doubt creeping in. Let me tell you something about self-doubt. And it should never stop you from speaking what you want. Self-doubt is okay. Don't be fooled, and don't let anybody sell you the lie that doubting yourself is some type of a personality flaw, that there's something wrong with you, that you don't have faith because you're doubting yourself. I doubted myself many times. Could I buy a house over $500,000 for my kids and I was in big doubts, like where, how could I have done it on my own?
Could I now in the same year decide to invest an equal amount of money into the business that I've been building, that had nearly failed one time, that I had to scale back on, that I had to move from one place to another, and now decide to scale it up in 1 year? Of course, I was doubting myself. But one thing I learned about self-doubt is high achievers have the most tendency to doubt themselves. And that is exactly why they're called high achievers. People who you see doing a lot of amazing things, I promise you, for the most part, they are doubting themselves. They're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Oh my God. And because of that self-doubt, they allow it to push them. And it pushes them further ahead faster to do so much more so that they can go farther ahead than other people. They don't have this confidence to think, oh, I got this. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, I'm the whatever. I'm whatever. I don't want to use curse words, but you know what people say. I tell you, high achievers, they are the biggest imposter syndrome people in the whole world because they don't believe they can get it done. And that is why they actually do all that is necessary beyond reasonable limits. They do more than other people. They push themselves beyond the limits of reality that most people would kind of look at it like, are you out of your mind? They do so much more. And that is why they actually call high achievers, because that allows them to aim highest than other people. They do what normal people will not do because they're full of this apprehension that, will I get this thing done or not? And they want it so bad that they do whatever it takes. And that is why it's important for us to know when to speak. Knowing when to speak is when you want to speak something so amazing, when your destiny is about to birth something so amazing to the world. That is a time to speak with the most conviction ever. That is when nobody else believes, nobody else sees, because the vision is not given to them. It's not about anybody at that point in time. It's about you. It's about who you say you are. They say it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. It's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. When people call you something that you know you're not, that is a time to zip it. Don't talk. Don't speak. Don't answer. Don't respond. Don't validate it. When you see your life manifesting or your environment bringing things around you that you know it's not so great. I had a very bad experience last night, and I was telling my son about it today, that your mom was just whining and complaining the whole way through. And I was just whining, and it was like at some point the Holy Spirit was like, are you done? Are you really going to just keep complaining about this situation? Or are you just going to calm down, embrace whatever it is that is happening right now, and just get through it with joy? And it was at that point I realized that I had gotten myself so worked up about a situation that not only was I the orchestrator of it, but I could not really do anything about it at that point. I just had to get through it. It's like they say, Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, the fastest way to get through it is just to go on right through, because you can't stop. If you stop in hellfire, you will burn, you will combust, you will go up in flames, you will just degenerate, you disintegrate, all of the above. But you got to keep running through. When you're going through hell, that is when you speak life. You run your fastest, because that the only thing that's going to get you out of hell is running through it so you can get out on the other side. Knowing when to speak is so important. When things are not going your way, that is not a time for you to affirm and say, oh my God, like and this is something that I had to learn, guys. This is not something that I innately, suddenly, majestically, supernaturally, I was like that since I was a baby girl. I was born this way. I woke up this way. Like they say, I woke up this way. Look at me looking fresh. I woke up this way like today's bread. I woke up this way. No, I did not wake up this way. I had to beat the face, yo. I did not wake up this way. I had to beat my character. I did not wake up this way. I'm still working on my personality. I was not born this way. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was talking about the fact that, this is what I spend my time doing. I'm always talking to God about this thing. And to her, she felt like she was really telling me something very sincere. And she was very, 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 very vulnerable about it. And I'm like, wow, really? You're telling God about one thing that you've been dealing with for so many years, and this is what you spend every day telling him. That must be a very boring conversation. And she looked at me. She was like, because she's my mother, I promise you, she must have felt like slapping me. I'm sure in her mind she slaps me, but because I'm like my age and I'm a mother of children, she's like, this child, I wish I could just beat her right now. And I said, Mom, that must be a very boring conversation. Just like I was so boring last night complaining about a situation that I had nothing to do to change it other than just get through it and move on. And I said, what kind of conversation is that? Why not speak on things that are different? Why not speak life? Speak out possibilities, new possibilities. Speak on things that you want your life to manifest, something new, something fresh. Take your energy off of those things that don't really bring much to you. Knowing when to speak is so important. And a lot of us use our words, we use it very, very loosely. We use it very loosely. We don't take it into account that every single word that we speak actually means something. I know that I am guilty of this, just like billions of us and all of the people on this earth. We are all guilty. This mouth that we have, it's so easy for us to wag it and tag it and use it for whatever. What I am learning in 41 years of living and now even growing older every single day, I'm learning more to know when to speak, to know when to use my words. Even in the middle of anger and rage, now I'm actually getting better at yes, so there are those moments when Dr. O, the other side of Dr. O, the really ghetto side of me will show up and I'll just give it to you hot. Like as it's landing, as it is hot, I will give it to you. But I'm learning to pull that side of me back to say, come on, girl, don't show your face too much. We know you are there. We know you got it. We know. Close your mouth. Sit down. Stop. I'm learning how to just really cage that animal within. And every one of us needs to learn to cage the animal within. When they say animal instincts, we all have it. Even the most timid people. You see those people that they say they are shy, they're quiet, they are introverts. They have the animal side. When the situation that requires the animal side to come out shows up, you see them show up. Everyone has an animal instinct. But we all have to learn because animals are uncultured, they are untamed, they are not really, they don't have, except of course the domesticated ones. And even the domesticated ones, their nature comes through in situations when you least expect. But for most of us, knowing when to speak is very important because it really separates the life of a person that is manifesting all of the greatness that they want to see from the people that are not getting out of life what it is they really want. Because a lot of us have used our tongue, we have used our mouth to wash away all of our blessings. We have used our mouth to counteract, to contradict, to negate, to cancel out, to demolish, to destroy every good thing that should happen to us. A lot of times we follow trends. We say, oh, this is what they're saying. This is what's happening. But then we don't stop to listen and think about what is the implication of this thing to my life. If I say, there are trends on social media that I really like to do, that I want to do. There's some of them that I have done in the past and I look at it like, why did you do that? Why did you do that, Dr. O? That's not you. They say like, okay, you guys are going to have to excuse me, okay? All my social media people. I have to use this as an example. So this is a teachable moment. There are songs when they say, oh, you bad bitch, kinika, bad something, profanity. And in social circles, in pop culture, it means like you're really good at what you do, right? But for me, I hesitate to use those words on myself. Because first of all, bad and the other B word, they are two negative things. So whatever pop culture chooses to use it as is not my concern. And I try to say, okay, well, that's not who I am. So I'm not going to use that on myself. There are songs that obviously for me, even hearing the words, I'm like, this is insulting. It's not just insulting to humans, it's insulting to a particular gender. And then you see this gender that song is insulting. They are the ones that are like, hey, when the song comes up there, hey, I'm like, auntie, did you even hear what the song is saying? and you're dancing and shaking everything and doing everything. You know, and I'm not here to castigate anybody, but I'm just here to sort of encourage us and encourage myself, inspire us, educate us, and let us be more aware of ourselves, be more aware of what we say, how we say it, when we say it, and the impact that it has on our lives. So knowing when to speak is important. I've spoken some very amazing things into my life, and I'm so grateful. HD Pro Global is alive and well, and we have a brand new location. Come see us, 111 South Cedar Ridge Drive, Duncanville, Texas, Suite 114. Come see us, get your certifications, get your treatments and all of that. But I have also spoken some not so favorable situations into my life. And I can tell you that the impact is there. So just like you, just like me, we have spoken out of turn. We have spoken at times when we're not supposed to. I've spoken when I was in the heat of anger, the rage. Somebody said something, they did something, and I just wanted to erupt on them like a volcano. And I came up like a volcano, and the lava was boiling. And instead of me to calm it down and to chill, I allowed it to flow over, and my words just spill out everywhere. Burning everything, burning relationships, burning situations, just destroying everything in its path. I have spoken out of turn, and I'm sure a lot of us have done the same thing. But I have also used my mouth to speak life, to encourage, to bless people, to be a blessing to my generation, to my children, to myself, because the biggest person you want to be a blessing to is yourself, because that is the evidence that your life is going to show to people that you're truly a person who speaks life. So guys, knowing when to speak is important. It's very important for us to master ourselves in the area of using our words to create a life that we really want to favor. I know situations sometimes don't really make it easy, but that's why it's important to have a knowing, an understanding, an awareness of knowing that whatever comes out of my mouth becomes a creative source of life. Like we are creative beings, we are creating every single day. So when you're speaking, when you're saying stuff, every word that we speak, oh my God, oh this my headache, oh this my cough. You already spoke that like it is yours, you own it, and the enemy is like, good, take it, it's yours. And even when God is trying to be like, this child, what are you doing? I don't want you to have that. That's not my will for you. Yesterday, I was randomly having a conversation. I was like, oh, what do you want from me, Holy Spirit? What is your will? I said, my will for you is that you prosper, even as your soul prospers. So prosperity will show up in your life when your soul is prospering. And do not mistake that some people are prospering because you seem to see them doing a lot of amazing things, having money and having all these wonderful things. Those are great things. We are all supposed to have those things. It doesn't necessarily equate the prosperity in their soul. But if you are a child of God, set apart for his will, for his good will to do and to be on this earth, you're going to have to align your soul to prospering before the other prosperity comes. That's usually how it works for children of God. Any other person can have it the other way around. They have their prosperity. They have all their blessings. It does not matter. They get it. But if you have the hand of God on your life and you're called by God and you're appointed by him, and whatever it is that you're doing, your soul is the primary focus. The battle in the world, in the spirit realm, is not about a battle for cars, houses, and all of the things that we think. It's a battle for souls. And that is why the Bible says, I wish above all things, above everything, above the wealth and the riches, the good health, the long life, above the peace and the prosperity, above your joy, above your happy marriage, above your well-behaved children, above everything else, that you, me, all of us, we prosper, even as our soul prospers. That is the wish of God for us. That is the primary desire of God for his children. He wants us to have everything that this world has to offer, but he doesn't want us to have it at a price that allows us to give our soul in exchange. So knowing when to speak is important, guys. It's critical. I felt led to share this message, And I did not quite know how I was going to be able to deliver it. But I told God, I said, Holy Spirit, if you're telling me to do this, talk about knowing when to speak, I guess you're trying to chastise me, because sometimes I don't know when to speak. I just talk. You know, I'm an MC, I'm a host. I host events. So we just be running our mouth sometimes and we use it as content. I say I'm the wrong person to deliver this message. But he said, no, that's why you're the perfect person to deliver the message. Because just as you're ministering to people, sharing your heart with them, you're also sharing back to yourself. It's just like when you say you're pointing one finger at somebody to say, look at you, look at what you did. How many is pointing back at you? You have more fingers pointing back at you. So this message is for you, it's for me, it's for all of us to always know when to speak. Speak life, even when death stares you in the face. He says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. It's not that you're not afraid. It's not that you're not doubting yourself. It's not that you're not shaking inside your boots. But you have this confidence that, fear they catch me, but I will not fall my hand. Let me keep going. I will show up. I keep pressing forward. So guys, let's start speaking life. Let's be more aware. Self-awareness is key. I'm teaching my kids every day. I'm saying you have to be aware of yourself. Self-awareness is key. Even me, I'm becoming self-aware more every day. Now I'm always self-aware. If somebody tells me, Doctor, oh, you did this, see how you spoke, see how you did. Tomorrow, I'm watching that area of my life like, they said I did this yesterday. Let me not go and say something now. Somebody will come and vex for me now. Let me not go and do something now, this and this. So I'm watching myself. Self-awareness is key. So this is all about self-awareness, guys. Knowing when to speak is important. I hope and pray that all of my rambling and going up and down and telling you my story, my testimony about the blessings of God in my life and how I've been able to achieve some of the most impossible things. And, there's still bigger things ahead of me to accomplish. 2022 has given me a lot of blessings. And I know that a lot of you out there have received a lot of blessings too. And I have so many things that have happened for me in 2022 that I've not even shared on social media. It's not everything we put on social. So many things that are happening behind the scenes that God is just doing, moving. My life is just going. And I really hope your life is going too. And I don't say this to make you feel like I'm braggadocious, but I just want to share with you to show you that it's possible. But it doesn't mean it's easy. Is it easy? Easy. Na yam, na beans? No. But we do it anyway. And that's how we prove to ourselves and prove to the world that there is a possibility that exists when you speak life and when you believe hard and you have faith to see the impossible. You have faith to see things that nobody else can. You have faith to do what nobody else will. And you have faith to bet on yourself. Always place that bet on yourself every single time. Because that is a bet that if you believe, if you speak, if you think, if you marry, if you just do everything, plenty things there to do. Don't let me get you wrong. Let me do my Naija pidgin English, which is so horrible, by the way. There's so many things to do. But if you're able to place that bet on yourself all the time, that is a bet that you can never lose on. Never be afraid to bet on yourself. Even when nobody else believes, bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Speak life over yourself. Speak. When nobody else is believing you, believe massively in yourself, in the creative ability that God has given you, on yourself, because you are made in the image of your Father. And you have every single thing it takes to achieve the impossible. Guys, don't let me go spiritual. I'm just kidding, guys. But come on, guys. That's all I got for you for tonight with Wednesday Live with Dr. OJ. I'm so sad that my Instagram folks missed out on this message because I believe that it would have been a blessing to somebody. But I believe that you guys on TikTok, Instagram, well, not Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, you all got something from this. Thank you so much. Please do me a huge favor. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're not following me on YouTube, Dr. OJ Speaks, go subscribe. turn your notifications on. I always bring amazing content every single week. And things kind of got a little tricky because I had my hands full, like literally. Now you guys know I had my hands so full. But now I'm kind of back to like my equilibrium. Things are back to the rhythm and we're flowing along. So I'm definitely going to be coming through regularly every week to bring you guys amazing content that hopefully inspires, motivates, encourages you to do more, to be more, to move the needle forward and make your life into exactly what it needs to be. All right, guys, it's been an amazing pleasure. Let's round up tonight with one more promotional video from our sponsors, HD Pro Global.
Are you living the life you dream of daily? Are you expressing your creativity while earning a 5 to 6 figure income annually? Do you enjoy helping others reach their goals? What would you give for the opportunity to be part of a $500 billion industry that not only meets all these needs, but offers an ever-growing and profitable lifelong career plan? If you answered yes to all of these questions, then you are the right fit for HD Pro Global Beauty Institute. We offer 3 online self-paced training and certification courses, 9 in-person training with starter kit options for each module, 5 training manuals developed and curated for the lifelong learner. In addition, our mentoring and franchise program is available to get you started with our business in a box package. Register online at www.hdproglobal.com, or you can call or text 1-469-420-0246 for more information and inquiries. The HD Pro Global team is ready to help you master the art of transforming bodies and physical appearance in 90 days or less.
Thank you, HD Pro Global. We have a new location, guys. Don't forget, it's 111 South Cedar Ridge Drive, Suite 114 in Duncanville, Texas, 75116. And we are online, hdproglobal.com for more information. All right, my people, it's been an amazing blast. Always a great time coming on here, sharing with you guys every Wednesday live. And I look forward to doing so much more. We're going to be bringing back our Friday shows real soon, so y'all watch out for that. That is why you should absolutely must subscribe to Dr. OJ Speaks TV on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe and turn your notifications on. And share this video with your friends. Share it with somebody that needs to learn something about knowing when to speak. Speak life, guys. And with that being said, I'm going to round it off with our soundtrack, Dr. OJ Speaks. See you guys next week. Bye.
Dr. OJ keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ keep on speaking.